Space, the final frontier. It is here, in these hallowed steps, that we bring in and usher in a new millennium. Well, no, that's not what it is entirely. Today, I'm checking out Thumper. Now, this is a game I've played numerous times. And it's probably like, well, this game has nothing to do with Halloween. Well, there is a slight reason I can play this game during October. And it's that this game, the way the devs stated, is a rhythm horror game. And just the designs and everything else. It gives you a very anxious kind of feeling. So, because of that small thing they said, it qualifies. But really, it's also just that I want to showcase this game. I love Thumper. When I got this for PSVR, it was a revelation. It was ridiculous. This still to me is one of my personal favorite games I've played in VR. Like I'm gonna be playing it in 2D for the purpose of this recording today. But 99% of the time I play this game in VR. It's the only way. It is so immersive and just you lock in so much that it's really the only way. So I'm sorry, VR mode cannot play. I'll turn the volume down a little bit just so it's not too bad for you can at least hear me. Vibration, action, quick reset. Alright. So, I'll do regular play. Actually, you know what? Do I want to... Oh, I really don't want to... Okay, I got to get back to that at some point. You know what? I haven't done level 1. Let's just... well, I have done level 1. I've beaten the entire game many times. But, we'll just do regular play. I'll do play plus at the end. And just to explain the difference, Play Plus is just you play through the entire level with no checkpoints, so if you die, you gotta start it over. Which, that is... I don't know if I'll ever be able to get through, like, level 9 on Play Plus. It's too fast. So this game is very fast. That is the thing. The controls are very simple. Stuff slides down. You hit X. There you go. And it's all in time to the music. Da. So this is a game you really need to have, like, your rhythm needs to be spot on, especially near the end. It gets so fast, like I can't even, like, describe. Oh dang, this is gonna be a hard one for me to actually, like, do commentary on, because this is a game I really have to put all my attention on. Because when it starts getting hectic, and you really need to be able to, like, hear when that one beat is coming. But I'm gonna challenge myself. Hey, see, I didn't do good. I gotta be there, like. But control's pretty easy. You gotta get this little thing to the end, and you gotta dodge, go left, right. It gets fast, and then as the game gets on, you start getting more things to it, like having to jump and having to do other things. Like it's pretty hectic. But as you can kind of see from just the visuals and just everything else that's going on outside of just the track, it is super trippy and abstract. And in VR, it really gets intense. Like, just the music, if it's turned up the entire way, like, and because of how it is, this is probably the, like, there are a few VR games I play where I can never really truly get immersed, because I always am just thinking, like, okay, I still know kind of where I am, and I can still hear outside sounds, and I'm kind of dialed in. This game, because you have to focus so much in these later parts, like, I have to tell people, like, hey, don't come to my room while I'm playing, because I probably will not hear you. Because I get so locked in, I throw everything out. I only focus on the game. And this is the only game that's really happened for me in VR where I truly get immersed. And I will say, if you ever get PSVR, and this is also on, I believe it's on Steam as well, like, please get this game. It is such a fun one. And even playing it without VR, it's still a really cool game. Like, this game is on the Switch, it's on PS4, it's on Xbox One. Like I said, it's on Steam. So it's on every platform imaginable. But VR is truly, like, the way to play this game. And it's kind of actually, it's kind of hard for me to play this in 2D. Because with VR, your vision and what you can see is so much, like, further. So you can see some of this stuff coming and you have greater response. So, like, in TV, I have to really focus in on it. Oh, I got an S rank, alright. So you start throwing in stuff like that. Dig-a-da. But by the end, they start throwing in, like, some odd time stuff. And that's where it starts getting fun. It's like, you better, like, have your timing down. Right. Like, I want to see how much I can show. I might switch around. Like, I may finish this level to the end. This is definitely the shortest level of the game. But, like, some of these later levels will take like 20 or more minutes to beat. So I obviously, for the purpose of this GWC plays, I can't show it. But I at least want to show, like, some of the cool parts of this. But yeah, this game just gets, it's really creepy looking in VR. So yeah, this is always going to be my recommended game for a lot of people. Just like, hey, you want like a cool game? This is one that I wouldn't say it went under the radar, but I don't hear too much about it these days. But it's like, nah, this is the perfect time to play this. It's like an unconventional, like, it's not scary. It's not like you're playing this game and getting jump scared. But it's definitely like an uneasy feeling, and especially the music also helps in that too. Because they start throwing in these weird different sound effects and throwing you into these weird abstract like places and environments. Oh god. Dang it. Like I said, this is it's very rare I play this game in TV mode. I don't know why I call it TV mode rather than just play it in 2D. Like, it's actually much harder. Like, I have more respect for people, like, I have a lot of respect for people who can, like, play this game in this and get all S ranks. Like, I have to, like, really play this game a whole bunch to get to that point. Because the first time, I think what ruined it is that the first time I played it was in VR. Had it been the opposite, where the first time I played this was like this, and I went to VR, it probably would be a different story. I probably wouldn't be as hard to like get acclimated to it. So these are the boss battles in the game. And you might think, like, in a rhythm game like this, how do you handle bosses? And it's pretty cool the way that they throw out these little patterns and you have to follow them exactly to the T. And that's the way you get the boss. It's like right there, I messed up, so it's gonna repeat it. I just thought, I guess this is a pretty cool way to handle a boss in this kind of game style. And now we're at the final boss of the stage. You always get this like big red monolith. That thing looks pretty cool in VR. Like, all of this looks cool in VR. Like, and this thing looks awesome too. All the bosses have really cool designs. Oh, and those get me in VR. Like when you're going super fast and you hit a wall and it like stops, it always catches me out by surprise sometimes. Guys, see, your audio, you have to have headphones in this game. Because you need to hear like some of these things, like, because the game, it gives you like what's coming. Let me pay attention real quick. Dang it. It's actually kind of challenging. I'm only on the first section. I was originally going to do this entire episode in VR, making my second ever VR GWC plays. But I figured for a watch, it'd probably be easier for a viewer to watch this in regular than have it in VR where my head's moving and that. But this isn't a game where your head's going to move a lot. Your head's going to stay in the center section the entire time. But you see how like fast it kind of gets, and like your timing has to be spot on with it. That's what I meant by like it gets crazy. This is the first one. This is the easiest one. By the end, it starts getting relentless, where they start throwing in these shields you have to break, and you can only break them in a certain specific way. Then they bring in these enemies that you have to be perfect. You have to get every single button pressed right, or else you die. So this game definitely ramps up. Like, it starts off easy, but I would say level 3 and like 4 is when it starts. And then by the time you get to, as you can see, all these levels I got S on. 6 I've yet to, because 6 gets tough, and my grade gets worse and worse as it goes on. Level 9, I'll save level 9 for the end. Maybe I'll do some Play Plus stuff. I'll play some later levels, but I won't try and like break my S's I have on them. It's toggle mode. Like this stuff, it's like whoever these people are, they are really good at this game. Because getting level 9 on Play Plus, getting through that is, ooh, it's a toughie. Actually, did that mess up my level 1? Okay, no, my best score stays there. Alright, good. you know, just like I said, let's start a level 4. Let's just do this one. And also, this is a definitely thing, like, VR definitely is hard to showcase if you don't have like the headset in front of you. But you can at least maybe see like what I mean, how this game would like be better with VR, just of how fast it is and all the stuff happening around you and like the sound. It all kind of helps immerse you into this like environment. And you see what level what Play Plus does. You die once, that's it, no checkpoints. Every like level inside of it, like you saw level like 1-8 was it. Each time you get past one of those like little blue parts and they show a little score, you're given checkpoints. If you die, you just start back at the beginning of them. So like I said, Play Plus does not play around. And keep in mind, even though like some of these are, I'll probably try level 4 again because it was kind of, like, even though it's like going back to the regular, like some of these like they'll show yeah, see, it's got like a, let's see, it's got 22 stages inside. Some of them can be extremely short, and then some of them can be kind of long, like especially once you get to like level 7 and like 8, they start throwing in like these really long stages, sub-stages. So like you might hit like level 8, stage 9, and it might be like 1minute and 30 seconds long, and you got to get through that entire thing. So you know, just to make things easy, because you know it's gonna be tough playing these later levels in 2D. I'll play I'll play a little bit of level 2, and we'll play a little bit of level 9. So I was getting a little L's there. And you can see a little bit more of some of that stuff. Like I was doing it in level 4, the little jump, which that's gonna play a big part later on, where you start getting points where they're throwing in double jumps, so you're having to jump and jump. And there's like the drop feature too. Like it's simple controls, but it throws a lot at you. Like this was one of my game of the years. Like when this came out, this easily game of the year material. Like it was such a good like VR just experience and just game as a whole. Like this soundtrack like is very cool with just this abstract drumming. And getting into that point too, I do appreciate that this game was like a small team. It was like a 2-person team. And the person in charge of the music of this game, if you're ever familiar with the noise rock band Lightning Bolt, the main person of that band, the bass player of that band, was the music kind of composer on this and kind of orchestrating the stuff. And once I found that, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense, because that music is kind of ridiculous too. We're getting stuff that's definitely like kind of abstract. But that's kind of what makes this game stand out in a lot of ways. It's just, and it's music. They could have gone like the route of doing like some like techno music, but going the route of doing something a little more abstract with the drums and just the kind of more like almost like African style like drumming, like this driving just beat. And the drummer is really cool too, because like you're getting all these like kind of cool little percussive stuff, and so you're getting little cool beats there, like this was my game. But also this game really appealed to me as a fan of rhythm games. Like I love rhythm games. Like since like early 2000s, like when DDR was really taking up the scene in like America and started like really blowing up. Like, I was a big Dance Dance Revolution fan. And then would later go on and play a lot of Guitar Freaks, and then I'd play, God, what was that one in arcades? The drumming one. I'll put it in right here. I can't believe I played so much of that. Like, that really was what submitted me possibly playing drums. Like, there are other factors that play there, but rhythm games were really a big part for me in early childhood, especially in the arcades. And they stuck with me for a while, especially when Guitar Hero, and you start seeing like Guitar Hero and Rock Band stuff coming out. It was like, I'm home. I can play this at home now. I'm good. And I got very into those rhythm games. Like, there was a point where that's all I played. Like, people would come to my house, it was always either Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Like, those are my two. And there's still a lot of really good ones, like DJ Max, which, soon I need to play that one for this. The most copyrighted edition of GWC plays ever when I play that. Like, actually, no, it should be a rhythm game month for this. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking about all these plans now, but there definitely needs to be some more rhythm game representation on this channel. There's a lot of good rhythm games out there, and they definitely do need to be played and talked about too, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of rhythm games. If I could ever find my old Dance Dance Revolution pad, I'd break that out. I haven't played legit Dance Dance Revolution in ages, because I don't really play in like public anymore. I'm so rusty at it that I don't want to attempt like a master or any kind of expert song, and I don't want to do an easy song either, because it's boring. Now, what if I did a live in-person GWC plays at a DDR machine? Just did it there live, and then at home. Like, find an arcade that's super empty in a day, and then be like, alright, I'm just gonna record it there. Alright, but enough about future plans. Let's get back to Thumper. I'm kind of surprised I've been able to play and talk at the same time, because this is a game, even though it's still early on, I still kind of got to focus on the beat. Like, really, it's been kind of like slowly just listening to the side and just kind of just guessing. I only have one headphone on, so I'm kind of slightly hearing it. And like this stuff looks really cool. Like I know I've been saying this a lot this part, but like really this game is so different in VR. Like just having this whole thing as your peripheral vision and all you see is this, and you combine it with just the audio, it's like, I'm not joking, it really improves your playing. Like, play this game in VR and then play a match and then play a level in VR, then play a level without. Your playing will vastly be better in VR because the input response you have and that you can see further out in the notes that are coming really helps. Like I'm really trying to sell the VR in this game, but it's tough since you don't have the headset. Like that's always been the issue with VR stuff, is that sometimes it's hard to sell people on VR who've never played it. Like you really have to play VR for yourself to really get a feel of how it is. Like, because me just describing how visually different and crazy it is, you really can't put together till you try it yourself. And I wish there was an easier way to like demo VR stuff. Cause I remember that was the issue when PSVR first came out. People were like, well, how do you demo this? And even with Oculus, it's like yeah, it's cool, but it's like it just looks like a regular blurry thing to like outside people on a screen. When even if it's not as like high resolution and crisp, it still is effective. It's still really good 3D. And I know there are still people out there who will say VR is a gimmick. It's like, oh, it's a gimmick. It needs to stay away from gaming. There's nothing you can do with VR. It doesn't. It's like, to some of these people, I know for a good amount of them, some of them, when I saw these comments, it's like, you'd see like the comment underneath, have you ever played a game in VR? And they'd be like, no, but it just doesn't look like it'd be worth it. It's like if you are of that like mindset, I would still say just give it a try. And I say good VR, not Google Cardboard, like a good like actual headset. Like Oculus Quest is out there, which is now for a pretty good price. Now you can play on phone. PSVR is definitely a pretty good alternative. It's very cheap, or cheap, at least it's a good affordable price. Like I've seen PSVRs for like $250. That they showed they're going to be keeping support for PSVR and PS5 means that there's probably going to be an update to this headset that's going to be even better. But for like this game gets VR right. Sorry, I had to focus for a second. That was getting kind of crazy. Nice. Woo! That got tough. But, yep, that's where you had to jump. Oh, dang it. One thing I will say, this game will hurt your eyes. And it's not like a VR thing, it's that you're so focused. You get so focused, your eyes don't like blink. I feel like a lot of this time I play this game, I have to take breaks while playing. Regular and in VR. Like right now, my eyes are getting the same thing that happens when I play this game in VR, where I have to kind of take a break at some point because my eyes start to hurt because they've been like, they haven't blinked. Nice. I'm happy I waited because I didn't learn about this game when Giant Bomb did their PlayStation VR stream. The one I actually woke up at like 5 in the morning to watch. This is one of the games they played during it, like the demo of it, and just I was like, that looks cool. And I wanted to play because they're like, oh yeah, this game is available actually. You can get it, like play it in regular. But I was like, you know what? Because at that point I knew I was gonna get PSVR, so I waited. I intentionally said I'm gonna wait for when I get PSVR to play this game, and it was a good decision I did. I'm happy my first time through this was with VR. And the people I've showed this game to in VR as well, they're like, yeah, this game needs to be played in it. It's so different. I think this game's on like phone too. This will be a hard game to play on a phone. Like, you need to have such precise, like, movement that it would be nuts. Right. I think I'll call it here at this point. Like, I'm not gonna continue the rest of the level. Like I said, these levels go on for a while. There's still a lot left after that, and you kind of see how long some of these sections go on for. For fun, I'll show you. We'll do level 9 so you can see how fast the speed ramps up. I don't know how I'm gonna do. Cause like I said, level 9 is relentless, obviously, and it's got a lot of stages. Let's see how. See, they start throwing in those double ones now. Like, the only way for me to play level 9 is I have to play a level before so I can get used to that speed. It's too fast. And there's a part at the end. It's the fastest point in the game. That part I actually have saved because I always like going back to playing it. I don't know if I can pull it off on regular, but I'll give it a try after this. Look how fast this is going. Like, you have such little time. You need to be perfect. Like, you need to be, like, on it. But it gets really fun. When you start getting used to that speed and it gets up, oof, it's fun. Alright, so let me show you that part I was talking about. So, this is kind of a spoiler, so if you don't want to see this, then skip to this point. This is after I show this spot. This is the hardest part of the game. So if you don't want to see what that looks like, then skip past it. There's the time code. Then alright. So if you haven't skipped past it, this is your last chance. I'm gonna play it. I thought I'd give that because, you know, if you don't want to see this part. But it's like you're going to see the whole thing, because it's so fast, there's no way I'm going to beat this right now. So you have to start changing lanes too. That's what I forgot to mention. They start throwing in things where you have to start changing lanes, where lanes will start having different things coming on. So it's a whole other thing. That's why, like, the turning thing is there. Not just for turning on these turns, on these curves, but also because you're going to start getting things where, like, you're on 6 different lanes, and on one of the lanes, it'll lead to your death. Yeah, I can't even, like, I have to practice. I can't see what's coming. I have to actually play more to see what's there. I'll give it one more time. One more try, but I won't play too much because it's, like I said, this part doesn't play around. Alright, yeah, well, I'll call it there. That was it for that section. But, yeah, that is Thumper. This is a really good game. I really love this game. I will always recommend this game. If someone's like, hey, I want a weird kind of game, I will always pick this game, and I will pick Fury. But this is like a top game for me. It's one of my personal favorite VR games, alongside Astrobot and a few others. And I really commended the developers of this game. They knocked it out of the park. Like, I've I've said a lot of great high things about this game, and I hope with this GWC plays, it's very unconventional. It's not like a horror game. It definitely breaks the mold of everything that I've been playing so far this month. But I hope at least what I'm saying, I've got at least one person to try this game out. I believe there's a demo of it out there. I know, especially for PSVR, there's a demo and different things. Even if you don't have VR, I would still say play this game. It's worth checking out. It's very fun. If you do, definitely get it. It's really cool. So I think I will leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I want to go play this game in VR now. So I'm probably going to do that later once my eyes have rested. Because I've got the Thumper eyes. Thump eyes is what I call it. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later on GWC Plays. We got more horror games coming. Actual horror games.